The Gospel according to Prophet Siphamandla Horo, brought to you by With Jesus Fellowship Church of All Nations.
The covenant that came 430 years later cannot set aside the promise that God gave Abraham earlier. And what God gave Abraham was not a covenant, it was a testament. Because God cannot give us a covenant after a covenant. A covenant, it depends on do's and don'ts. A covenant, it's a contract. A covenant says, do this, I will do this. If you don't do this, I will not do this. But what God gave us through Jesus Christ was not a covenant, but it was a testament. And the testament can never be effective up until the one who made the testament dies. So now, how did God preach the gospel now to Abraham? The Bible says that a promise was given to Abraham. And that promise that was given to Abraham cannot be set aside by a covenant that came 430 years later. And that covenant that came 430 years later came as a result of their unbelief. Because the Bible says, for the law was added because of sin. It means that if something is added, you put it on top of something that already exists. What is it that was existing? It was a promise. What is it that was existing? It was the promise of a testament. But because of their unbelief, the blessing was put on hold temporarily until Christ comes. But the idea of God was to give them a testament. But because they did not receive the testament, God put the blessings on hold. He gave them a covenant that depends on do's and don'ts until the one who was given a promise comes to bring them back to the original purpose. What was the original purpose? It's a testament. What testament? A man by the name of Melchizedek came to Abraham and he presented two emblems. It was the bread and the wine. This was the body and the blood. So God, through Melchizedek, gave Abraham a promise of a testament that one day somebody's gonna come and die for you. And because of his death, you are going to be blessed.
Port Elizabeth, your time has come.